So people are going wild this week talking about food shortages and food processing plants burning down. Well, what's the truth on it? I have deep dived it. Everything you need to know coming up. Hey guys, as always, thanks for stopping by the old Appalachia. So folks are going nuts. I've seen it in blogs as well as new media, old media, and in memes this week, and they're saying, and people are talking a lot about it, that there is a food shortage coming and that food processing plants are burning down left and right. I've seen it. I spent half the day today deep diving it. I'm going to get you up to date, everything that you need to know, and then stay with me because there's a lot here. I found some crazy stuff. I'm going to get you up to date, and then at the end, I'm going to kind of tie it all together, and it ends a little differently than I thought it would. It's been an interesting day, so thanks for stopping by. Buckle up, here we go. All right, the genesis of all of this is the child sniffer in chief back in March. Now, we know these are not his own words. Somebody wrote this up, somebody put it in front of him, and he took a break from sniffing children, and he said to expect real food shortages. Why? Well, blame Putin. It's because of the invasion of the U. And then I started seeing it everywhere, and I saw memes and stuff popping up, and I've seen maps pop up with little stars all over it showing the entire country how food processing plants and food distribution centers are burning to the ground. Planes are falling out of the sky. I've seen it all. And so I was talking to some folks this weekend. I said, I'm going to deep dive it, and I did. So, but the genesis goes back to what the president said back in March. Now, for what it's worth, Snopes is a steaming hot pile of leftist garbage. Don't believe what they said, but they did say that Snopes said everything's okay. It's all explainable, and the data is misleading. Also, keep in mind that all media is owned by big tech, and as I researched things, I was going to the media. All right, let's jump right into the fires. A lot of fires going on. In April this month, in Durford, Oregon, the Azure Standard, it's a vegetable and nut oil place. It's a warehouse, but the Azure Standard, it burnt to the ground. Cause is unknown. They are investigating. That was 421 in Durford, Oregon. Jump to New Hampshire, 411. I've confirmed all of these. I've seen pictures on all of them. The East Conway Beef and Pork Factory they process meat. Cause is unknown. Burned to the ground on 411 this month. Salinas, California, Taylor Farms Processing, 90% destroyed. They do the salad kits, those prepackaged salads that you see at the grocery store. It was a welding project that went awry, but they are still doing an ongoing investigation. That's the first three in Oregon, New Hampshire, and California. I'm going to take a break here to say thank you to today's sponsor, Hidden Hybrid Holsters. They make some fantastic gear that I know and trust, and they support what I do right here. Show them some love. Jump over to hiddenhybridholsters.com. Shop around. Find you something awesome. They make fantastic gear to keep you safe and to keep you know what well hidden and well concealed. Hiddenhybridholsters.com. All right, let's jump on to the next fire. Everything's burning down. Plainfield, Indiana. This is in March of this year. A 1 million square foot Walmart distribution center burnt to the ground. It's so bad it will not reopen. No cause has been announced, and I feel bad. All of those folks have lost their jobs. That one is gone. Also in March, San Juan, Texas, Rio Fresh is the name of the company, and they do Texas produce, all sorts of different produce they do. And the cause on that one burnt down to the ground, and the cause on that one is not known. So there's 5 in March and April of this year. Now, if you're watching this video 6 months from now, things will have changed, but as of today, that is what we have. Let's go back just a little bit more. Also this year, in February, Hermiston, Oregon, Shearer's Food Plant. They do salty snacks, cookies, and crackers. They had what they think is a boiler explosion. The owners called it a big loss, and they are still investigating. That's in Oregon. Maricopa County, Arizona, in March of this year. It was called the Maricopa Food Pantry, and they lost 50,000 pounds of food. No cause. That one is burnt to the ground. And in Hayburn, Indiana, no, just kidding, Idaho, Hayburn, Idaho, In April this year, there was a company called the Gem State Processing, and they process, any guesses? It's in Idaho. Potatoes. An aircraft crashed, and it's near the airport, but an aircraft crashed. It was a UPS pilot, a commercial pilot. She was flying UPS packages, and that one is under investigation. Her father, the pilot's father, said there's a steam pipe or a steam chimney coming out of that plant, and it affected the plane. I don't know. That was in April. So people are going nuts over these. These are all of the ones that I found and confirmed, but it goes a little bit deeper. Let's jump back. Remember this one. Tyson. It's a Tyson, y'all know Tyson chicken. Holcomb, Kansas. This is in 2019. They had a big fire, a really, really big one. They pledged to reopen. I think they did. But that one in Holcomb, Texas represents 6% of all beef processing in America. One plant. It's a big one. That one burned 2019. Next, and jump all the way to 2021 in Atlanta, the Patak, P-A-T-A-K, meat processing plant, it burnt down. It was a mom and pop owned, but it was still a large processing plant. That one burnt to the ground. Also in 2021. Now, that Kansas one, that was 2019. This is important. We got two in 2021, August and September. Atlanta was August, and then in Nebraska in September was the JBS USA in Grand Island, Nebraska. A fire was caused, they think, by a heater, and that's a big one. 5% of all U.S. beef is right there. So 11%, at least the facilities, the two facilities that process 11% of all beef in North America or in the U.S. was burnt to the ground within a 2-year period. Now, that's it. Now, I need to tie a couple things here together for this to make sense. Snopes has already said, hey, not a big deal. What I am seeing, and I hope you're still with me, is I am seeing this number 16 over and over and over. People are saying 16 have burnt down, 16 have burnt down. And every single article goes through the same, they're getting it all from the same source, but they're going through the same 6, and they're like, but that's not all. It's a total of 16. And nobody has listed the other ones. Absolutely nobody. Moreover, in those articles, and they're all repeating the exact same thing, they will say this whole thing started with that one that happened at the Tyson plant in Holcomb, Kansas. And they all do this. And here's what's really unfortunate. Tim Pool, I love Tim Pool, absolutely love everything he does, but one of his authors even blew it big time on the timcast.com. They said 16 fires happened, and they said it all started with Tyson, and then a couple days, they said I think a few days later or within a number of days, it was actually 2 years later. So they have smashed the timeline together to get the panic. Not Tim, but everybody has. So even Tim Pool, who I love and trust, has this entire thing, I'm going to say, wrong in many ways, and there's not 16 at least that I can find. I keep seeing that number. I can't find anything else. Now, warehouse fires. This is from the National Fire Protection Association. This is Fed stuff. According to their statistics, warehouse fires are common because there's so many warehouses. Over 1,200 a year on average, warehouse fires a year. And the number one reason, 18%, is arson. Now, there's other fires like the welding and the boiler exploding and the heater, but the number one actual known cause is arson, 18% of the 1,200. That's a lot. Warehouse fires happen. It's a lot. And I hope you're still with me. I want to say this. When I take all of what we do know, not 16, but these ones that we do know, I want to eliminate 3. I want to eliminate the UPS plane falling out of the sky. I also want to eliminate the Walmart distribution center because, and I'm not trying to push it in one direction. I think it's reasonable. Walmart does a lot of stuff. Yes, part of what they do is food, but I think you're trying to force that one in there. So I'm eliminating the plane. I'm eliminating the Walmart one. I'm also eliminating that food pantry. It was what I think is one building, and it wasn't that big. It was a lot of food, but they also had a lot of other stuff there. So the food pantry, it's just one room or one building. So we've got a few this year. I'm gonna say this, and I'm tying all this together. and because people are asking me, Johnny, is it panic time? No. I'm going to say I'm concerned, and boy, I'm watching it. So we've got this year, Durford, Oregon, Conway, New Hampshire, Salinas, California, Plainfield, Indiana, San Juan, Texas. Remember, that one in Indiana was Walmart. I'm going... And then also Maricopa County Food Pantry in Hermiston, Oregon. So we've got some in there. But that's it. And a couple of those, I'm thinking, do they really go in this category? I'm saying I'm concerned. I'm saying most of the memes are wrong or incomplete. I don't think it is beneath the powers that be, big tech, big pharma, and big banking to do something like this. I mean, I'm not saying, yes, Operation Northwoods, Operation Mockingbird, I know it all. I'm not saying, oh, the world's okay. The sky fell in the 60s. The sky has already fallen. But as far as this, what I'm seeing is enough to go, ugh, a few hairs on my neck standing up, but I don't think it's as big as everybody is saying. So I'm kind of in the middle. I want to be very clear. I know I'm being a little long-winded here, but I'm not full on panic because the memes are wrong. Even Tim Pool is wrong. But I also understand that the regime is certainly, they locked us in our house for 2 years. They're not beneath this. I'm watching. You are now up to date. Let me know right down below what you think. Thanks for stopping by.